the lesson where there is a we. Students, as I said, that it is one of the important unit or a chapter. So why did I say that so? Because the questions from this unit or in whatever unit that I may have said the same thing. So the answers for the questions in this chapter are quite simple. And you feel easy to narrate or write the points sequentially according to the text here. Because see, the events and the situations in this chapter look chronologically here. So they are chronological, sequential ordered. So you can maintain the same order in writing your answer here. Why? Because you know that after this public exhibition come contest, so then what is there? The people who take role in this, and there is a formation of an organization called Arivoli Ayakam, that is the Light of Knowledge movement that we call in English. Okay, and then the people who take part in this and who is so in this way the order of event must be maintained in your answer, and you can recall and remember every event or situation that happens in this chapter, and you can guess the question. If you prepare only 2 questions in this chapter, it's enough. So that's why I say it is important as such. Okay, coming to the text here. See, we have seen the contribution, the hard and useful work, the sacrifice of the district collector Sheila Rani Chunkat in the previous class. And see here, she also got each block to accept specific duties in promoting the drive. As the top official in the district, she gave it great personal attention. So it is her personal attention that we see here. What? Her personal attention we see here. So that is why, so it is important for us to note and identify and understand the hard work of this great person, that is Sheila Rani Chunkatia. So she is the brainchild and she is the reason, she is the cause of establishing the Arivoli Ayakam, achieving her aim or goal in creating a kind of awareness among the so-called poor, backward women of Pudukkottai district. And she introduces cycling, that is a symbol of mobility, to achieve a literacy among them, awareness among them. So then finally it becomes successful. Then first the activists learned cycling. So according to the plan of Arivoli Ayakam and Sheila Rani Chunkat's advice and suggestions here, the first and foremost thing that the activists or the members of Arivoli Ayakam, so they have to learn cycling first. Then neo-literates wanted to learn. Then the new learners will come. So after seeing these people who have already learned, so again the new literates means the new learners will come. Every woman wanted to learn. So after this, what happened? After seeing this, when it spread, emerged, and to every corner of the Pudukkottai, so all the women came forward, and every woman wanted to learn cycling. Not surprisingly, this led to a shortage of ladies' cycles. So when the awareness was fully created there, when the information was spread over, when lot of thousands of women took part in this cycling and learned, and when they started conducting the exhibition shows, public exhibition shows and contests, cycling contests, and also what are some training camps, so then it became aware or spread to the whole of Pudukkottai district. And it's after that, so every woman started to buy cycles here. As a matter of this, the shortage of ladies' cycles, arise there. Imagine what might be the profit to the sellers of these cycles here. So there were no cycles in Pudukkottai after this. Such an awareness, such a vast, success. Never mind. But they never mind. Who? The other people who had no cycles here. Why? Gents cycles would do just as nicely. Thank you. Some women prefer the latter, as these have an additional bar from the seat to the handle. You can seat a child on that. And to this day, thousands of women here ride gents cycles. Thousands of others dream of the day they will be able to afford any bicycle at all. Yes. After the shortage of cycles, so the women never bothered, or they are willingly, started buying the gentle cycles. And they feel that it is more advantageous than the older one. Means they prefer the gent cycle rather than lady cycle then onwards. Why? Because these gent cycles have an additional bar from seat to the handle. So on that bar, they used to, make their children sit on the bar and carry the other things in the back sides of this bicycle SR. So it becomes more useful than or advantageous than ladies cycle here. Okay, thousands of women here ride gent cycles, so that became an hobby here. Okay, that become practice here, and thousands of others dream of the day they will be able to afford any bicycle at all. So everybody dreamt of buying a cycle then onwards. So this is the thing that was spread about cycling, and the interest and the hard work of these backward and poor women of Pudukkottai district has achieved. So this is a thing that we find here. So that is the improvement power of will. Okay, power of will. Then after the International Women's Day in 1992, then we will have International Women's Day in 1992. Okay, dear students, imagine and keep the developments of this in chapter here. Remember, don't forget, okay, be attentive and concentrate when you listen, because if you neglect or show any kind of irresponsibility towards the classes, I think really you will be losing much of the things in the text or examination as such, because every quarter of a mark is important for you. Every quarter of a mark in every subject, it is important. It is not only what the other subjects, so it is all the subjects and all the marks, or even a quarter of a mark is very important here. So that is why be careful and be concentrate on the lecture or the training that you are getting from the institution or from the lecturers as such. So now here in this chapter, it looks as if it is an history of events. So the events are gradually changing here, and every event after event that we see here or study here, because it is the growth and the improvement or the development we find with the women of this area, because it has been started just now and it is improving faster and faster here. So now there was an International Women's Day in 1992. When did it is? 1992. What is that? International Women's Day. And you can imagine or think of the events that Arivoli Ayakkam may organize here. After the International Women's Day in 1992, this district can never be the same. Yes. The complete picture of the district has been changed. Not in the map or area or landscape as such. The geographical structure, so I am not speaking about them. But in the life of these poor women, there is a light which started illuminating the whole district here. Means the cycling has spread all over the district, and everywhere we see developments in the life of these rural women here. They are out of all controls or dependence from man, or so-called the men dominant barriers as such. Then flags on the handlebars, see on that particular day, International Women's Day, in 1992, what happened when they organized this event in Pudukottai? Flags on the handlebars, bells ringing, over 1,500 female cyclists took Pudukottai by storm. Yes. See, you have to mention these things. Okay. So how many? So nearly more than 1,500 cyclists, they have participated in this event. And they have taken all the roads in the Pudukottai district where they have decorated their bicycles, and they were jeeped along the road, and continuously they are ringing the bells. And there were flags on the handlebars, and there was a storm created by these women in Pudukottai on the International Women's Day in the year 1992. Imagine this development. What an adventurous event organized by this organization called Arivoli Ayakkam here. So, their all-women cycle rally stunned the town's inhabitants with its massive showing. Imagine. This women's cycle rally. Okay, what the women's cycle rally stunned the whole city with massive showing. Massive showing. See, these words are very much important here, because These textual words or the sentences are given more importance in the evaluation section. So when we are going to evaluate your paper, we expect your answers to be textual, not a guide or any material as such. So the weightage will be more towards these kind of answers as such. So you can imagine here what sort of things that they have started here. My dear students, this is a great thing on the part of the man behind this, the person behind this. And it is a great part even on these backward poor women who have come all the way willingly to take up this cycling. And initial stages there might be some shortcomings or problems, confusions, difficulties may be aroused. But now, so when the year 1992 comes, when there was an event, what organized by their organization, Arivuli Ayakkam, that the International Women's Day, if you see on that day, these women have really felt very happy, and they might have what satisfied with these developments in their life. And what sort of awareness we can expect from these women on that spot. And so what about the other people? The whole of Pudukottai was stunned, amazed, surprised to see these women. A drastic, phenomenal change has been brought out in these people's life. And I think it is a great success and a great deed, isn't it? A great deal of things that have happened here. So this is the brainchild of Sheila Rani Chumpat. Okay, then it was a massive showing because 1,500 cycles in the streets of Pudukottai district means you can see flags on them and ringing continuously, everybody at a time. And you can imagine or recall the situation there, visualize the situation of 1,500 cyclists on the road in Pudukottai with a colorful arrangements to their bicycles as such. So that was a massive show, my dear students. Then what did the males think? Okay, it is successful. They became stunned, worried, surprised, and it was quite unusual for them to believe this. But by seeing this massive showing in Pudukottai, what is the opinion of so-called men? Okay, what did these males think about it then? One who had to approve was, yes, Kanakarajan. See, another person. So, when the men's attitude, opinion towards this International Women's Day celebrations, so it is S. Kanakaraman, Kanaka Rajan, the owner of Sri Ram Cycles, the owner of Ram Cycles. This single dealer saw a rise of over 350% in the sale of ladies' cycles in 1 year. Imagine, so he became richer. So almost there was a rise of 350% in the sale of ladies' cycles. in 1 year. Imagine. That figure is probably an underestimate for 2 reasons. One, a lot of women unable to wait for ladies' cycles went in for men's cycles. Yes. 2, Kanakarajan shared his information with me with great caution. ಬಹಳ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ ಕನಕರಾಜನು ಇವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ. And one more thing, see, when there was a shortage of ladies' cycles, then the women started even buying the gent cycle more and more, and they felt it is more advantageous as it has an extra bar at the from the seat to handlebar, where they can keep or carry many things on them, or sometimes children also. So that is why it is more than 350% as it is. And he was more cautious. Oh, Kanakarajan. Why? Because for all he knew, I was an undercover agent of the sales tax department. Okay. He was an undercover agent of the sales tax department. So that is why he never revealed the exact picture or the number or the figure of the sales of cycles in a shop. So in order to save the tax, so he might have lied the information here, because it will be more than this. Then, see here, he was, since Kanakarajan was benefited much from this, he never ever opposed this cycling or the woman who took cycling in their life. He never. So instead, he used to support. He used to spread the news. He used to propagate it. So that's how he also started encouraging this growth or event of cycling in Pudukottai. Then, in any case, not all males were hostile. Okay, anytime, anywhere, or in any cases. So, not all males were hostile. Not all males were, cooperative or opposite like that. So, there is dual, division or share among these people here. Some may encourage, some may oppose. But not all are opposing, but not all are supporting them. So it is a mixed opinion, it is a mixed support and encouragement, it is a mixed opposition, so they had during those times. Some were even encouraging Muthu Bhaskaran and another person called Bhaskaran, Muthu Bhaskaran. So he is another person who encouraged and supported this cycling and these women here. Muthu Bhaskaran, a male Arivoli activist. Is he? A male Arivoli activist, Muthu Bhaskaran. For instance, he wrote the famous cycling song that has become their anthem. Yes, he has contributed a song to Arivoli Ayakam cycling camp, and which had become an anthem of this organization. What anthem of this organization? Imagine, he wrote the famous cycling song that has become their anthem. When in the blazing heat of Kudumanamalai, Kudi, Mina, Malai stone quarries, then comes to the other class of people here. Okay, the workers here, who are the quarry workers here. Again, blazing heat of Kudiminimalized stone quarries, you run into manure money. 22, training others and manure money. Another name. A lady of 22 years age, training others, it's all worth it. So she had an understanding that training others is worth. It's all worth, it's all worth what? Training others. So the volunteer training of the others is worthful, useful, it never become wasted. Okay, so she said that, and see what happens here. A quarry worker and Arivoli volunteer herself, she thinks it vital that her co-workers learn cycling. Our areas are a little cut off, she told me. Those who know cycling, they can be mobile. In a single week in 1992, more than 70,000 women displayed their cycling skills at the public exhibition contest run by Arivoli Ayakam, and impressed UNICEF sanctioned 50 mopeds for Arivoli women activists. Yes, imagine the work of the Arivoli Ayakam here. How it gathered the attention of the world here. How the news spread throughout the world about these poor, backward women of the poorest district of Pudukottai. Okay, meanwhile, when Manoharmani expresses her will about this, she felt really useful and she voluntarily started teaching others and spreading the news of this organization to learn cycling here. And since her area are a little cut off, she told the author, that is Pisoina, those who know cycling, they can be mobile. So those who know cycling, they can become mobile. Means they can know anything what is happening, everything that is happening around us. And if they have cycling and know cycling, they can come in time and go on time. Come on time and go on time. So that one, so Manoharmani has said here. And till the date of 1992, so almost 70,000 women displayed their cycling skills at the public exhibition contest organized by Arivoli Ayakam. Imagine 70,000 cyclists at a time. If they exhibit or participate in this exhibition contest, imagine what sort of thing is going to happen there, or the mass is going to present over there. And how it will look, the 70,000 participants, cyclists. And it is a contest, exhibition contest. So, a very adventurous thing here. And when this was happening, or had happened, the Artha P. Sainath, when he wrote it in the diary, means the Hindu and other periodicals and magazines, so usually it will spread to the world, because the subscribers of the Hindu, so it has been exceeded beyond our border. So many countries in the world subscribe to our daily the Hindu. So now, so this is how the information spread to the world. This is how the world came to know about the adventurous performance and change that took place in Pudukkottai, one of the poorest districts of India. Then, after this, what happened here is, when this news spread to the world, when the UNICEF that is the United Nations International Child Welfare, like federation, it will come. So this department, organization of the world was impressed by this event of these women. So, prizing this event and the people who held responsible, it happily sanctioned 50 mopeds, usually the motorcycles run by women. Mopeds we call them as TVS, we had it in our olden days, TVS. And those are only meant for women or girls, but nowadays there is no difference like that, not present. So everybody can ride every sort or type of motorbike as such. But that time, so that was a gearless vehicle, there were no gears and all, so it is for the safety and easy for women to ride as such. So when it sanctioned 50 mopeds for Arivoli women activists, yes, it is not for others, and it is for Arivoli Ayakam, and it is for Arivoli women activists who have the responsibility of teaching, training the new learners in cycling. So it is for them. It is for the institute called Arivoli Ayakam. The UNICEF has sanctioned 50 mopeds. And imagine, this became an international issue, international event, international achievement. Every people started reading and know this event. It has spread all over the world. And this becomes a great achievement for the woman here. Okay, next. Cycling has had every definite economic implications, and now, dear students, the year afterwards, okay, the remaining part is very important here. Till here, you will have an answer for the question. So to prove, bicycling or cycling as a social movement. So you have answered in the previous one. And to prove that it is a symbol of independence, freedom and mobility, and you had answered till what we have done. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಆ 2 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆಯಿತು, ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಇಷ್ಟರಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ, ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಟ್, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. whatever social movement and the what a symbol of bicycling is symbol of independence, freedom and mobility. Okay, all that. Okay, the questions for the answer for these things have been dealt till whatever we have done till now. Then there is another question. As I said, we can extract 2 important questions from it, and we can prepare only those questions for the examination as such. So the next question is, apart from all these benefits, comforts that these women got from cycling, what were the other profits that she got from cycling? Another next question. Cycling has had very definite economic implications. It boosts income. Some of the women here sell agricultural or other produce within a group of villages. Yes, the economic implications. It is very important in the life of these poor women. Dear students, it is one of the poorest districts and they are the poorest people. Okay, and if the economic life improves or develops, so that is what is the great achievement here on the part of the people behind this, isn't it? And what were the economic implications then? Yes, it boosts the income. Yes, it boosted the income of these women. In what? In what? In selling their agricultural produce. See, vegetables, green leaves, and what all they grow in their fields, they used to sell in the villages, in the markets, by which they started getting profit from it. Imagine how the idea has been formulated by our so-called IAS officer or a district collector, Sheila Rani Chunkar. We should not forget her. Who is that? Sheila Rani Chunkar. It is the brain behind this plan and idea of introducing cycling in the life of these women. So, dear students, the part that we are going to read in the next is an answer to the second important question in this chapter, on this chapter. So till now, whatever we have dealt in this chapter is very much important for the first important question that we will guess. And I will be giving you the answer also later in offline classes. And you will practice also. Okay, everybody practices, it will be gooder. fair and good, isn't it? Why I said this means, so it is a compulsory practice or homework to the toppers. But my intention or my dream is everyone should practice it. Everyone should take it seriously. The teaching or the training never differ for those students and yourself. So it will be alive, it will be same thing. I can't change anything in the text, or I can't skip any part of the text here. So whatever it may be, so we will go according to the text and according to the paper of our board, not anybody's here. Not mine, not of any references or any other person. So we will go according to the pattern of the board. So remember, we are not working anything, we are not preparing anything beyond our pattern of question paper. Okay, this year we want marks. We want the percentage, highest percentage, a competitive percentage. You might have heard of the news yesterday. A girl who has scored 96%, she never got a MBBS sheet in the government. No. And she has committed suicide yesterday. Imagine, such an intelligent girl. She never got a government seat in MBBS. Though she is brilliant, scored 96%. Whose mistake is this? Who is responsible for the suicide committed by this girl then? Who is responsible for that? Myself? Management? No. It is the system, that is government. And it is the people who carry out the procedures of our government. And it is they who practice corruption. It is the corrupted world that is responsible for the death of that girl. And where is humanity? We call Indians so like that. Till today, my dear student, the corruption has not gone out of our practices, our hearts, souls, in the body of man, it has been inbuilt. What? The practice of corruption. Whoever it may be, whatever higher position he may be in, government sector or private sector, so he is a slave of corruption. The biggest, the worst slave of the corruption. Nobody blames it. Nobody understands these things. Nobody understands the hard work and the hard time that the girl has spent here. Imagine. So, the marks is important. Think. Try to widen your range of understanding and knowing and grasping what is happening around the world as well. Why did brain drain takes place in India? Because of this corruption. Every young and intelligent doctors, engineers, softwares, everybody wants to leave India, go out and earn and perform their profession. That's how majority of the doctors in America are Indians. Majority of the engineers in America are of Indians. And you have scientists in NASA, Indian scientists. So if you go any country, you have Indians. So, and besides, this year we are the victims of this pandemic, COVID-19. And still the media is spreading in a very bad manner. Repeatedly they broadcast the same information, the same news with the different titles and different headlines. By picturing, by using their graphics, everything, it disturbs the very peacefulness of the parent and students in our country. So dear students, think of this and try to follow these things and try to correct yourself and correct the things where they are going wrong as such. I think so it is time now. So time to stop. Okay, don't feel bad here. So because being young youth of our nation, you should think about it. Okay, because whatever party that we may have, whatever party, whichever party, India, our motherland has not got justice, satisfaction till today, and it is not going to, because we are such type of people. Okay, thank you.